These two buildings, they just started construction in Las Vegas. They call them the Veer Towers. This is two apartment buildings. They obviously lean in opposite ways, so to provide better view and to obviously be somewhat a little snappy, as I just said. And again, I have to say these lighting systems are all done because we believe in a team approach. You work with the same members. This is like in sports and whatever. You achieve better results. You understand yourself. The lighting on all these buildings was done by a French lighting artist called Jan Carsalet, who also works a lot with Novell and some of the European architects. This building is actually part of this larger project called City Center by MGM that Foster is to build his right, KPF on the left, Pele thing on the back, and Liebeskind is doing the retail base. So this was one of the early sketches. These are the plans, and what we actually found out that there is really no premium for building these buildings in a slope. What actually turned out that you see a low plane and you see the high plane, that the shifting of the core which takes place of it, and as long as the slope is the same on both sides, there's a real equilibrium on the building. It actually allows for a variety of apartment uses which are very desirable. Now, for the skin of this building, and you know the climate out there, it's like a desert. It's very hot in the summer. Sun is generally very high, and in winter it actually gets quite cool. Sun is low, and we have an exterior shading system of these plates, which are I think this is an early drawing. There used to be 4 per floor, and now there are 3 per floor. They're about a little more than 3 feet apart, and they considerably reduced the energy consumption of the building. They allowed us to use a very, very transparent glass. And the glass, in addition to that, about 50% of that glass, as you see, is actually fritted with a yellow frit, which obviously has to do too with giving the building somewhat in a rational way again, and generally these frit are in the bedrooms, which by their nature need less light. So this was the drawing, and this is actually the mock-up, which believe it or not, because so much construction is going on right now in America, this curtain wall is actually produced in China, in Hong Kong. And this was the pictures I took a couple of weeks ago when we looked at the mock-up. You see actually the transparency, you see the yellow frit, the shades are actually perforated, and this lighting system you saw is actually mounted on the shelves, and it lights the buildings, and on top there is an LED system. This building has a gold LEED rating of 40, and again, in the interest of time, I can't really go through all these tables, and I got to look at my notes that I'm quoting the right numbers. From these 40 points of this building, there are 19 which are actually attributable to the design of the building. So it's a little bit less than half. Now, the other half are things which have to do with material procurement, construction techniques, construction management, which are not really controlled from the design. From this from these 19 points, there are only 5 points which actually have to do with reducing the energy demands. 2 points are for optimizing the energy performance with these exterior plates compared with darker or reflective or less glass. This has increased daylight in the building. 2 points are providing for daylight and views in 90% of the interior spaces, and 1 point is for operable windows. You only get 1 point for operable windows, and the other ones, they come from the use of certain materials, which is not obviously you don't have a total free choice. So I think what this puts into perspective, that LEEDs is really kind of an accounting system for much more than just design of a building, and it's not really to a large degree about energy.